morning to everybody.
Good morning, sir.
I think in the last class I told you the syllabus contents of the digital system design is very well. What are the unit 1, unit 2, unit 4 and unit 5. Just briefly told what actually that was. Next, just I told about the brief history of the how the Verilog has come into existence and some of the examples I told. I think this is lecture 1 is actually this is also not included in the syllabus. Just for how the HDL has come into existence, why it is popular, what are the trends in HDL is there, those things I will be discussing. These things are already connected. Okay, today, these things we are going to cover evolution of computer-aided digital design and the emergence of HCL and typical design flow of the any design. And importance of HCL, why we required HCL and the popularity of the Verilog HCL, and last part is trends in HCL. So these things today we are going to discuss. The evolution of computer-aided digital design. See, in the earlier, the digital circuits are designed using vacuum tubes and transistors. Then next level, when the transistor is fabricated, next the integrated ICs were then invented, where logic gates are fabricated using transistor, and this logic gates are placed on a single chip. Example, the whatever in the digital labs you are doing, ICs, TTL logic ICs. Okay, those things are what single chip IC. That's 746 NAND gate and all those things. Therefore, this is the first integrated circuit chip. They are called as small scale integrations. Therefore, for testing of these ICs can be done using placing that one on the breadboard and verifying, giving an input to the input for the gates and checking the output using breadboard. We are going to verify. I think using digital trailer kits. You already know. Okay, that is what the procedure to verify the functionality of the all the small cell integration. Okay, any gates you fabricate using small cell integration. So all the things is verified on breadboard in order to check the functionality of the gates. Next is then on the single chip, more than hundreds of gates on a chip is fabricated. Number of transistors, otherwise number of gates is increased. That is called as medium scale integration. Therefore, these chips are called as MSI. Here the number of hundreds of gates on a single chip. Example, your decoder, multiplexer, and so they are all called medium scale integrations. Even this also can be verified. This also can be verified using breadboard or trailer kit and giving the different combination of inputs for that MSI, we can check the outputs. Because there is no problem with the issue of verifying the functionality of the chip. Next is large scale integrations. Here, what happens? Thousands of gates on a single chip. Assume that microprocessor. Now the complexity arises. How is going to verify this? So this cannot be verified by placing on a breadboard or in a trailer kit. The functionality how it is working properly. Therefore, the complexity is increased. Therefore, at this point, the design process started getting very complicated because thousands of gates on a chip and the interconnection and troubleshooting and verifying the functionality is become complex. Therefore, the designer felt the need to automate this process. Therefore, for this reason, the EDA tools come into existence. That is, electronic design automation tools come into existence. That is, one is computer design tools and another one is computer engineering tools. The CAD tools is nothing but a backend Linux check tool that perform the function related to place and route and layout of the chip. Therefore, here what happens, using these CAD tools, what we do, we are going to place where, assume that this is a chip, where it must place, how much space is required, and how it must be connected. All these things will be looked after by CAD tools. Earlier, they do manually. Understand, routing, the routing algorithms are there. It will be deciding the shortest route for the connection from one port to another port, or one component to another. Okay, so that is what the computer design tools will do, and even the layout automatically generate the layout of the First what you do, first you are going to write in arbitrary description language a program in HDL. Then you are going to give to the CAD tools. Now what the CAD tools will do, whatever the behavior description or data flow, different style you have written, that will be converted into RTL descriptions. Then that RTL descriptions is again converted into gate level entries. What actually the gate level entries consists of? It consists of gates. How many gates are there? Netlist means the connection from one gate to another gate. Those information will be available in the gate level netlist. Understand? You got the gate level netlist is nothing but number of gates or number of components and its interconnection information will be there. Using that informations, then it converted to circuit level. Circuit level means transistor level. Now, next part is what? Where to place a chip? No, sorry. Before that one, it must be converted to layout. After circuit, it must be converted into layout. Then we have the geometry of the layouts. Using that information, where to place, and the placement will look after what. See, the main objective is that it must minimize the area and the wiring length. Like that, you must select the place of in a chip that it must occupy very less area and less minimum wiring. That is what we look for the placement. Even the routing will do interconnections. I will be discussing in detail. There you are going to understand. So those things will look after. Therefore, after that finish, then we do verification. Because why we do want verification? Whatever the layout we fabricated, that is matching with our design specification or behavior description, they must match. The functionality must match. And the constraints, timing constraints, area constraints, power constraint, it must match. Understand? See, those things is verified. After it's matched, then it goes for manufacturing. So this is what the process will happen. This is the common by CAD tools. The computer engineering tools refers to tools that are used for front-end process. See, whatever we write, HDL programs and simulations, all these things will be done in computer engineering tools. Refers to the tools that are used for front-end process such as HDL simulations. We write a HDL program and we do simulations, and logic synthesis we do, and timing analysis, timing constraints. Therefore, timing analysis also. Therefore, combining these two, CAD and CAE tools, we generally use as EDA tools. So, understood now? After LSI, now VLSI. Lakhs of gates on a chip. So, here still become complex, more complex. Even for designing also, even for verification also, and even for placing and routing also, it becomes very complex. The manual we can't do it. Designer could design on a single chip with more than 1 lakh transistor. Because of this complexity of this circuit, it was not possible to verify this circuit. Yes, the complexity, lakhs of transistors on a chip. It's not possible on a breadboard to verify the functionality of the circuit. Therefore, the computer techniques became critical for verification and design of routing of circuit layouts also become popular. Yes. Therefore, see here what happens, using CAD tools, we can verify and even design the digital circuits. Therefore, the computer program do automatically placement and even routing of the circuit layout. See, these CAD tools will do automatic. See, when you are, I think your first lab you already finished. One lab ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ program, you are written a program there.
Yes, sir.
What you are going to do? Say you are going to check the syntax. Then you are going to simulate it. See, in that one only implementation only there is a synthesize, RTL synthesize. If you click on that one, you will get a one black box and inputs and output. You click on in the block, you double click on that one, you will get whatever the gate you return. See, automatically it will generate it. Understand? It will generate automatically. Even it will automatically generate RTL schematic and technology mapping also it will do. So these functions will be done even for the circuit layout also routing. All these things will be done in this one only. No need of human intervention. See here in the synthesis what it will do, it will optimize logic optimization. See you already, why you use K-maps? You want to minimize. No, same. If for four variable is okay. If it is 5 or 10, it's not possible. Therefore, that minimization will be done by calculus, logic minimization, or we call as logic optimization. So the designer were now building the gate level digital circuit manually on graphic terminals, and then see what we will do here. First, we will build small blocks. Then, the same blocks can be used for other levels. Iga full adder ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ first gate ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ I can build a full adder using this basic things now. See like that. The smaller blocks are built and that can be used for building the system level. So therefore, then build a small building blocks, then derive high level blocks from them. Small blocks build ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಈಗ ಫುಲ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಇದೆ, ಎರಡು ಹಾಫ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್, ಅದ್ರ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಗೇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಗೇಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಫ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅದು ಇದರಿಂದ. ಹಾಫ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್. So if you have a smaller blocks, using that one I can build a larger blocks. Next, bottom up design we can call. Bottom up means from gate level, otherwise transistor level, gate level, system level. Here first ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಎರಡು ತರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಟಾಪ್ ಟು ಬಾಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಬಾಟಮ್ ಅಪ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ದೆನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್, ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್. This is the top to bottom, and this is bottom up. Therefore, design small building blocks and combine them to develop bigger ones. And more and more emphasis is on logic simulations. Therefore, we must do simulations when you design any circuits or write a program for that one, any design. Therefore, we must use a logic simulation simulator to verify the functionality of that one. Not only functionality, timing analysis, all those things. So then came a logic simulator that existed to verify the functionality of these circuits before they were fabricated and shipped. See, after all this, after the chip is designed, before going for fabrication, we must use a logic simulator to verify the functionality. Then it will go for fabrication. I think you understood that now? The evolution of CAD tools. Now, emergence of SDL. How the SDL is coming to exist. For a long time, we already know that programming language such as, I think, nobody has heard about Fortran, Pascal, only C considers it. Earlier, they used for programming languages Fortran, Pascal, and C were being used to describe computer programs that were sequential in nature. So, similarly, in the digital design field also, designers felt the need for standard language to describe the digital circuits. So, as in the computer languages, they use for any thing you want to design, they use C program. Similarly, in the digital design field, we required what? Standard language in order to write for, in order to describe the digital circuits. Therefore, SDL came into existence. Because of that one, SDL came into existence. SDL allowed the designer to model the concurrency of the process found in hardware elements. Concurrency means parallel operation or the sequential. But our SDL will support sequential as well as parallel concurrency. Concurrent. See, number parallel operations. Again, 4 hardware one add no. Simultaneously. That is what we call concurrency. Therefore, because of the concurrency of the process found in hardware elements, the SDL is coming into existence. Therefore, this SDL must need to be standardized language for hardware description. Therefore, standardized language must be required for hardware descriptions. They are Verilog and but you in your syllabus only Verilog is. Even though the SDL were popular for logic verification, designer had to manually translate the SDL-based design into schematic circuit with interconnection between gates. So early days, even the SDL has become popular for logic verifications. Still, the designer manually translate what SDL-based into schematic circuit. That is schematic and circuit, and interconnecting between the gates. Therefore, after the advent of the logic synthesis changed the design methodology. No need for manual conversions. The logic synthesis tool will look for that. Therefore, digital circuit will be described at RTL level by use of SDL. Therefore, the designer only need to describe the design in RTL level by using SDL. Then the tool will convert the RTL description into gate level netlist. Understand? Then next steps, all the other steps are looked after by the synthesis tools. Now the advanced tool has come. Still, Beer synthesis tool is there. Only you write a program, automatically convert into RTL descriptions. Then it converts to netlist. Then it converts to the layout like that. Process will be done. Therefore, it made the designer more comfortable. Still, now some of the libraries of the Verilog is available with Core. Core even if you want to design any a microprocessor, is already available. There is the Core generator. Use that Core generator and you can execute whatever you want. What actually you want to, or what applications you want to use. You can use it. No need to again redesign that microcontroller. It's available there. Use that one for your application. Therefore, time is saved for design. Therefore, the Core generators are available. Next. And in the logic synthesis tool, will give the detail of the gates and their interconnection to implement the circuit were automatically extracted by the logic synthesis tool from the RTL descriptions. So, if you just get the RTL descriptions, the tool will automatically get the detail of the gates and their interconnection, and the interconnections is automatically getted by the logic synthesis tool from the RTL descriptions. In Namkelsa, the designer job is not there, only till RTL description, the job of the designer. Then when you give to the tool, logic synthesis tool, automatically generate the detail of the. I will show in the lab that what are the netlists which going to generate. Ports ಎಷ್ಟು ಯಾವ input ಯಾವ ಎಷ್ಟು port ಇದೆ, output ಎಷ್ಟು port ಇದೆ, from where to where it is connected. All the information is available in the list. Okay, those things. Now designer no longer had to manually place gates to build digital circuits. Now no need of the designer to manually place the digital gates circuits. Therefore, that will look after the logic systems. It will optimize them. They could describe the complex circuit. Therefore, the designer can just describe the complex circuit at abstract level. Abstract level means, see, there are different level of abstraction. I can write a program at the HCL program at the system level. At the low level, there are what other abstraction. Therefore, we can write a complex circuit at the abstract level in terms of functionality and data flow by describing the circuit in HCL. This information is sufficient for this logic in this tool. It automatically generates a complex one chip based on whatever the information is being given in the HCL. The HCL also began to be used for system level design. System level design, system and the subblocks is there. Before we can write a program at the system level and the subblocks is there. We can call that subblocks. SGL can be used for simulation of even system boards, interconnect plus FPGA part. Could you telegraph, programmable array logic. So we can write for this. That is what I level is. A common approach is to design each IC chip using an SDL and then verify the system functionality via how the functionality is verified by using simulator. What you are using in the lab is ISC simulator. So next is a design flow. See, whenever you design an IC, there must be a standard design flow must be there, because you must design for FPGA, you must design for CPLD is there, and you must design for ASIC, application specific integration. Therefore, we must have a standard flow, design flow. First, so when you start designing any digital circuits, first you must have design specifications. Design specifications can be functionality and constraints. Area constraint, timing constraint, power constraints, all these information. What actually you want to design that circuit? That is what we said is the functionality. This will be the based on this one, we are going to write HDL program. That is what we call table description. Here, truth table I use truth table. Based on truth table, I write. Otherwise, Boolean equation circuit design Boolean equation right? So, using data flow. Right. Then this was to be converted into partial description. After converting, you must do verification, test bench verification. You are going to write a test bench now. Then you do the testing inputs and see the outputs. After seeing what are you going to conclude, you get an output. You are verifying it. So whatever the truth table is, the output, the same thing for different combination, you are getting the output. Properly, you are getting an output. Is it not? Now after seeing that that one, it's verified. Then next step is what? You go for timing verifications. But in the lab, other only till testing stage. Next is what we are going to do. Even we can synthesize that one. And we can also do the timing verifications. Timing verification detail will be getting in that window. I think you will not observe that. You will see that timing verifications also. Default it will take. If you not give the timing constraints, it will take default. Some value and it will give timing verification report. After this one, the article description is converted into gate level entries. This is just done by gate level entries. Components, description of the component, number of components, and their interconnection information there. From there, we do logic verification and testing. Therefore, the gate level entry is also again verified. It is meeting this. Idu same match because functionally it must match. Understand? Then step is what? Fourth. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಷನಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಷನಿಂಗ್? ಈ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂದಾಗ CPU, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಮೆಮೊರಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಷನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಿಂಗ್. ಪಾರ್ಟಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ವೈರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಟಿ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ಆ ಥರ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ವೈರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇರೋದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಎಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಷನ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಷನಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಹಾರಿಜಾಂಟಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಷನ್. Then next is floor plan. See, there you have a chip. So where it must be placed. Tentatively, it will create for each assume that there are 4 components. It means it will tentatively create a space for that. Here one, here one, here one. It's a tentative creation of the chip. Then next step is what? Placement. Placement will optimize the area. ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜಾಗ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲೋಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಅದರ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್ ಬೈ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಎನ್ಕೌಂಟರ್. Even for floor planning and placement and routing, we use encounter. One tool is there. Then routing. For routing, we do the connection, interconnection for the components. Then it will convert into layout, physical layout. Then we must do verification. Match ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಲೇಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್. ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ manufacturing. These are the flows. I'll go in each one and just I'll give you some brief. Design specification means specification describes abstractly the functionality, interface, and overall architecture of the digital circuitry design. Therefore, here it will give the specific. It will describe abstractly what actually the function it will do, and interface means connections, interconnection. And overall architecture of the digital circuit can be to be designed. Those information will be available in the design specification. This information you must provide for any customer. You must provide this information. Then behavior descriptions. What actually behavior descriptions? It is then created to analyze the design in terms of functionality, performance, and compliance to standard and other high-level issues. Behavior descriptions offer written. Therefore, based on these information, we are going to use HCL program. HCL very large. We are going to write a program. Behavior descriptions. ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಈಗ ಡೇಟಾ ಫ್ಲೋ ಬರೀತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ನೌ. Same thing. That is what is. The next RTL description is the behavior description is manually converted into RTL descriptions in HCL. So that whatever the behavior description is there, it automatically converted. Now the tools are available. Earlier there was a tool and it's not there. Manually you must convert that one part of the description. In HCL, the designer has to describe the data flow that will implement the desired digital circuits from this point onwards. From RTL description onwards, that is looked after by the engineers. Now the only here we simulate it. In other RTL descriptions, logic synthesis, gateway netlist, all these things is looked after by the EDAs. Now what is logic synthesis to do? Convert RTL description to gate level netlist. What is gate level netlist? Gate level netlist is a description of the circuit in terms of gates and connection between them. These are the information that are in gate level netlist. Then logic synthesis tool ensure that the gate level netlist meet when we generate the logic system not only generate gate level netlist, it also ensures that the gate level netlist must meet the timing, area, and power specifications, whatever. If the gate level netlist is input to it, now using this gate level netlist will be place and route. There is an input to placement and routing tool, which creates layout. The layout is verified and then fabricated. Therefore, now the advanced tools, the Beaver synthesis tools are available. In the VDI tools, Beaver synthesis tool is there. No need for article conversion. Only if you write a Beaver descriptions, it will convert it to article description. So, Beaver synthesis tools have begun to emerge recently. These tools can create article description from a behavioral description of the circuits. ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಎಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, Beaver synthesis tool ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ Beaver description automatically converted to article description. As this tool matures, the digital circuit design will become similar to high-level computer languages. Designer will simply implement the algorithm in initial. Just to write a Beaver descriptions, then the other things is looked after by the tool till ICP. Partition means decomposing a larger complex system into a smaller subsystem. Therefore, decompose the hierarchical until each subsystem is of manageable size. First time what we do? System in the first subsystem until adinda subblocks. That is what manageable until elikata partition ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Level, subsystem level. Subsystem na subblock. First ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, each system ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ subsystem ನ ಈ separate ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, subblock separate ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Automatically speed is increasing ಅಲ್ವಾ? So therefore design each subsystem separately to speed up the process. Minimize the connection between two subsystems to reduce the interdependency. We must partition like that. They must not interdependency from each other. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಂಟರ್ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸಿ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಪಾರ್ಟಿಷನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್, ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್, ಚಿಪ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ what is the objective of this one? We must minimize the interconnection between partition. Minimize delay due to partition. The partition man delay aga. Constraints bada. Astu saku. Next floor planning. Output from partitioning used for floor planning. Whatever the output you are getting from partitioning, that can be used for floor planning. For the inputs block with well-defined shapes and area, and block with approximate area and no particular shape. Netlist specifying the blocking connections. See, these are the information which is available. So those information has been given input for that. The output is one location for all the blocks. Information from the partition we get these informations. Using this information, the floor planning will do each block where it must be located. It's an approximate location of the blocks. All of you following? So what is the objective of the firm? It must minimize area, it must reduce wire length, determine shape of flexible blocks, and constraints are shape of each blocks, area of each blocks, pin location for each block, and aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is consistent with the value. Here, if you not properly non-optimal floor planning, do a block of space gap level, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. This is what optimized floor planning. Next, ಇದು ಎನ್ಕೌಂಟರ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಇದು ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೌದು. ಟೂಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್. ಇದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಡಿಸೈನ್ ನೀವು ಮಾಡೋದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೂಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್. The process of arranging a circuit component on a layout surface. Therefore, we must exactly see floor planning ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Placement and exact location of that component will be decided. The process of arranging the circuit component on a layout surface. Therefore, input for this one is a set of fixed modules. Netlist. Output is the best position for each module. These are the inputs you must give the modules, and output is best positions. Minimize area. Area ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. The main. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ why connections, interconnections ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ವೈರಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿ ಹೀಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಗುಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಗುಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋ ಕಂಜಂಕ್ಷನ್, ಶಾರ್ಟರ್ ವೈರ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಲೆಸ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸ್, ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ ಡಿಲೇ, ನೋ ಪವರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್. ನಾವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ I think you understood the placement. Next. Do encounter placement. Two levels are one example placement. Next. Routing. Routing algorithms are there. Routing algorithms means it will create a shortest path. 100%. See, we will check the routing algorithm. We will check 100% connectivity of all the systems. So blocks correct ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ and minimizing the area, minimizing the wire length, number of routing layers, how many layers are there, number of routing layers, constraints. ತುಂಬಾ routing layers ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರದು. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಡಿಲೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಸಿಪೇಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, ಪವರ್ ಕನ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ routing layers ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಫಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಒನ್ ವೈ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಏನೋ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಥವಾ ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸಿಟಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್. ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಲೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದು ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾತ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ದು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ರೈಸ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟೈಮಿಂಗ್, ಸ್ಪೀಡ್, ಡಿಲೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಟಾಕ್ಸ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್, ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್, ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Some of the parameters are process parameters. These are the constraints. These constraints are routing. Next. Income routing. These words. Next. Specialized routing. Yes. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಐಸಿ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಪವರ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು, ರೂಟಿಂಗ್, ಪವರ್ ರೂಟಿಂಗ್, ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ರೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು? ಸಿ, ಸ್ಪೆಷಲೈಸ್ ರೂಟಿಂಗ್, ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ರೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪವರ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ರೂಟಿಂಗ್. ಇನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ರೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ನೆಟ್ ಸಚ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅರೈವ್ ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ಲಿ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ರೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಚಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಡಿಲೇ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂ, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಕ್, ಇದು ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದಿದೆ, ಅದೇ ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಡಿಲೇ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಡಿಲೇ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ಡ್. ಆ ತರ ನಾವು ರೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್. ಇವನ್ ಪವರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನೀವು ಲೇಔಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಲೇಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಪವರ್ ರೈಲ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಆ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡೋದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದು ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿ ಲುಕ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಪವರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ರೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಗಾರಿದಮ್ಸ್. ರೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಪವರ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ನೆಟ್ ಆನ್ ಲೋ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಲೈನ್. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವೈರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ರೈಲು ಅಥವಾ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ರೈಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Importance of SGL. Why it is more important than SGL? Retargeting to a new fabrication technology. See, you are going to write an BL description. Article descriptions you are going to write. Without the foundry, without choosing any foundries. Foundries is different technologies are there. 0.01 technology, 0.05 technology, stone technology is there. See, when we are going to write an SGL program, not concerning choosing the different technology. Then, that whatever we written a program, without selecting the different technologies, we are going to give to the CAD tools. CAD tools will automatically convert the design with default technology select ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 5 ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ನೆಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. You got my point what I am saying? Whatever we write a program, we are not choosing any technologies. ನೀವು ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ VLSI 7 ಸೆಮಿಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 0.085 0.90 ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ 0.45 ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನೇನು ನಾವು ಕಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬರೆಯಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಅದೇ CAD ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 5 ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಅಜೂಮ್ ದ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಟೂಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅದೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ 0.045 ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಗೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ನೆಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅದೇ ನ್ಯೂ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಸೇಮ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಫಿಗರ್ ಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಟೂಲ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ನ್ಯೂ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಗೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಗೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ನೆಟ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಮೋಡಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಯು ಗಾಟ್ ಮೈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್? ಹಳೆ ಫ್ಯಾಬ್ರಿಕೇಶನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ 0.45 ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಬರ್ದಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದು ಗೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ನೆಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ನ್ಯೂ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಅದೇ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಹಾಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಆ ನ್ಯೂ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಗೆ ಗೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ನೆಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ರೀಟಾರ್ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್. ನ್ಯೂ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಬಂದ್ರು ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಯರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಎನಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ CAD tools will automatically convert the gate level net list to that technology. That is what one of the advantages of SGL. Now, when we use 10 technology, same ಇದನ್ನೇ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಗೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ನೆಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ we can generate it. So that is the point. This is what first point. Retargeting to a new fabrication. No need of changing any article descriptions. Next, functional verification earlier in the design cycle. See, you have written a video description. You are going to simulate it, verify it. Functionally work ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? Now, a video description level if I check all these things, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಲೇಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆದಾಗ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಸ್ ವೇಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನು ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. For the functional verifications earlier in the design cycle, that is when I write a behavior descriptions, then run that and verify the functionality is working correct. Then you can move for further. If you not properly check in the behavior descriptions, to go for the next levels, therefore you find a fault there, if functionality is not proper, then again you must come back. Therefore the time, design cycle time is increased. Therefore you can save that 25 if you do at this level, at the behavior description. Therefore, designer works at the RTL level. They can optimize and modify the RTL description until it meets the desired functionality. Your video description RTL ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ you can optimize and even check it will meet the desired functionality. Understand? Therefore, most design bugs are eliminated at this point. Therefore, at this point only, all the bugs are eliminated. Therefore, this cut down the design cycle time significantly. Therefore, design cycle time. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಬಿಯರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಿರ್ಗಾ ನೇಮ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಕಟ್ ಡೌನ್. Important next is your textual concise representation of the design. Here, your SGL is similar to a computer program. C ತರದೇ ತಾನೆ and it is easier to understand all the syntax.
Yes.
Therefore, if you get a complex design, how are you going to understand that one? You want complex circuit ಇದೆ. You want assume that ಒಂದು CPU ಒಂದು complex program ಬರೆದಿದೆ. ಇದು complex circuit ಬರೆದಿದೆ. one part. Another one for that one I written a SQL program. How you are easy to understand? ಈಗ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಈಗ CPU ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. You are going to write a program that one. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು 200-300 ಲೈನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಈಸಿಯರ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ an easier way to develop and debug the circuits. Even debug ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. This also provides a concise representation of the design compared to gate level schematic. Gate level schematic to complex circuit ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ. Next. ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಸರ್? Stop here. ಇನ್ನು ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? Okay, stop.